Have you ever felt like your life was very still? It's not quite peace or chaos. You have the sense that something deep is changing just below the surface, but you can't quite put it into words. All of a sudden, the everyday conversations and habits that used to make you feel good don't seem to matter as much. You might feel like your goals have lost their spark, even if you worked hard to reach them. It can be very scary to see this. We were taught that progress is loud and that it takes a lot of work and action all the time. But what if I told you that the strange quiet you're feeling is one of the best signs that something good is about to happen in your life? You're not getting lost here. It's not indifference here. This is your soul coming back into balance. Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel before we go any further on this journey. You can think of it as aligning your own frequency with this flow of energy, making sure you stay in touch with these activations as you grow. As you tune in, you might want to send this transmission to someone you know who might be feeling this strange, holy shift too. A powerful ripple effect happens when you share this energy. It helps to awaken people who are on the same path and brings your soul tribe closer to you. In quantum mechanics, a particle lives in a space of pure potential before it jumps to a different state. Scientists call this a state of superposition because the particle has all the possible outcomes in its grasp at the same time, but none of them have yet become real. This is not a pause. It's the most creative state you can imagine, where anything can happen. Your spirit is in that space right now. You are standing in a doorway between the past and the future. The old you is slowly disappearing to make room for the new you, which already exists in the quantum field. This is hard for our minds to believe because they like straight lines and sure steps. They want proof and results that they can see. But there are different rules in the quantum world. The careful breaking down of your old vibrational identity is what you're going through. Think of your beliefs, habits, and energy as threads that are woven together to make a beautiful tapestry. This tapestry kept you at a certain frequency and in a certain reality for a long time. The old threads are starting to come loose, though, because your higher self has decided it's time for an upgrade. Old patterns of energy are breaking down. Since this starts at a vibrational level, the first thing you notice is that everything is still and quiet, and you don't feel as motivated as you used to. Sometimes it feels like something is wrong, but it's actually the best sign that something really great is about to happen. In many religions, this stage is known as the void. Mystics don't see it as an empty space to be afraid of, but as a sacred space where everything starts before it blooms into light. In this empty space, your soul is changing how it is organized to match the frequency of the dream world you've been living in. The coping skills and tools you used in your old life might not work here because they are tied to the person you are leaving behind. Now, all you have to do is stay calm and not try to fill the silence. All you have to do is trust the stillness and breathe into it. There is information in this silence that your conscious mind can't yet understand. This information is quantum information that is changing your world. This is even backed up by. Our brains need time to rest and recharge in order to build new neural pathways, according to neuroplasticity research. Your nervous system changes as you move to a higher frequency. Your brain updates its predictive models, and your body learns to maintain a new, calmer, energetic state. You have to do this because you can't bring the heavy frequency of your old timeline into the light frequency of the new one. Before you can receive, you have to let go. Picture the moment right before a big orchestra starts to play. There is a sharp hush over the crowd, and there is a palpable sense of stillness. The silence is not a waste of time. It's a powerful build-up to the beautiful music that's about to start. Or think about bows, pulling back the string before letting go of the arrow. There is no delay in the tension you feel. It is the power that will shoot the arrow through the air. There is a force pulling you back right now, but it's not to hold you back. It's to send you on a path you could never reach on your own. Press the like button right now if you can feel that truth. Let it be an energetic agreement with the universe that you will trust the silence and pay attention to your preparation. A lot of people get stuck here. They get this sacred pause wrong. They get scared when it's quiet and think that the emptiness means they've failed. As soon as the space opens up, they rush to fill it with old habits, distractions, and comforting low-frequency sounds. But the more you try to stop this process, the longer you stay stuck between two worlds. People who learn to lean into the quiet and see it as proof of their progress, not as the lack of it, are the ones who make the leap. If you can change how you think about this strange calm and see it as the loading screen for the next beautiful part of your life, you'll start to notice the small ways that the universe is already rearranging itself to help you. A random conversation could give you an idea that changes your life, make you feel old emotions come out all at once, or help you understand something that has been confusing you for years. These are not just random events. They are the small changes in your frequency that bring you into perfect alignment with your new reality. Well done if you're here now, feeling a little lost and not sure what to do next, but knowing in your heart that you can't go back. You are in the exact vibrational space where miracles are going to happen. If this hits home for you right now, take a deep breath and say with me in the comments, "I trust the sacred pause." Let this be your message to the universe. You don't see this silence as a sign of nothingness, but as a sign of powerful preparation. You are honoring the stillness that comes before your biggest growth. People who do quantum jumps often don't have a sudden flash of inspiration when they first start. Most of the time, it starts with a quiet feeling of friction. It's not the kind of drama that flips your world upside down. Instead, it's a series of small, confusing moments when nothing seems right. If a relationship used to feel nurturing, it might now feel limiting. If your job used to give you meaning, it might not do that for you anymore. It's possible for your own thoughts to start to feel like they come from someone else, a past self that you no longer recognize. This is the frequency mismatch phase. Your soul is moving faster into a higher vibration right now, but some parts of your life are still stuck on old, out-of-date programming. This has to do with the idea of decoherence in quantum physics. It happens when two systems, in this case your inner world and the real world around you, are no longer vibrating at the same frequency. It's no longer possible to ignore the tension between them. But listen up. That tension isn't a mistake. It is a sign from God that the way things are now can't support the energetic blueprint of where you want to go. It's like trying to use brand new, high-tech software on a computer that is very old. The system will lag, have bugs, and eventually have a hard time working. Not because something is broken, but because it needs to be updated. That upgrade is your big jump. This is the point where we often start to doubt ourselves spiritually. We say, "Why does it feel like I'm falling apart when I'm trying so hard to level up?" To tell you the truth, friend, you're not in pieces. As you move away from what doesn't serve you, you are losing alignment. The energy that will push you into your new timeline is that feeling of dissonance. One foot should be on a boat that is tied to the dock, and the other should be on a boat that is drifting out to sea. At some point, the stretch will be too much, and you'll have to make a choice. Even if it means leaving the safety of the familiar shore behind, Committing to the boat that matches your true direction will always feel like a relief. This is where the mind often gets scared. It will try to hold on to the old boat because it doesn't like the unknown. It will say, "Fix what's broken. Make things better. Go back to the way things were." If you try to bring back the old in the quantum field, you will go in the wrong direction. What seems like a breakdown is actually the release of energetic density, old beliefs, limiting patterns, and identities from the past that are too heavy to carry with you into your new reality. You'll have to wait longer to jump if you rush to fix things. You speed up the process if you let them go with grace. Physics gives us a beautiful way to think about this. An electron needs to take in a certain amount of energy before it can move to a higher orbital shell. When it reaches that level of energy, it changes right away. There isn't a middle point. In the same way, your quantum jump happens when your frequency finally matches the reality you want to enter. You have to let go of the old frequency completely before the new one can lock into place. It won't happen if you try to force it or fight for it. In this phase, pushing harder and doing more often feels so draining and useless. The desperate need to fix or manage things is just a sign that you're attempting to connect two worlds that don't fit together. Alignment, on the other hand, is always faster. The quantum field doesn't care how hard you work. It cares about how clear your vibration is. One pure moment of alignment will change your life more than months of rushing around and not focusing on what you're doing. If you've noticed that things like jobs, friends, or even parts of your own personality are leaving your life, try asking a different question. Ask, what is this beautiful new space being made for? Instead of, how can I get them back? This one change in how you see things changes your energy from resistance to openness. In the quantum field, resistance is like radio static. It makes it hard to hear what you're saying. Being receptive is like tuning into a very clear channel and calling in the exact time that your song is already playing. When you're about to make a big quantum jump, your emotions may feel like they're on full blast. One morning, you might wake up feeling electric and sure that something great is about to happen. The next moment, you might feel a wave of doubt that tells you it's all in your head. Not being consistent isn't the case here. Please know that. This feeling is unique to a soul that is changing. From a neuroscience point of view, your brain works by using predictive coding. Based on what you've done in the past, it's always simulating what it thinks will happen. Your higher self is pushing you toward a new reality, but your subconscious mind is still trying to run the old, familiar programs because they make you feel safe. In quantum terms, you are in superposition, which is an interesting state in which more than one reality exists at the same time. One foot is in the old timeline, and the other is in the new one. These two worlds flicker together because of how you feel. Being filled with hope and fear at the same time is not a bad thing. As the quantum field gets ready to collapse into a single coherent reality, it means that your energy is oscillating between states. The oscillation gets stronger. The closer you get to that collapse, the point at which the timeline you chose becomes the only one you have. This is the reason why your feelings are so strong right now. You feel like the stakes are higher because your inner compass is changing all the time. Your consciousness is slowly going over all the beliefs you've had and all the memories you've loved. It asks, does this belong in my new reality? Or is this a relic of the past? Anger is the body's language, so that process makes me very emotional. They are the chemical messages that let your body know you're in a new area. It is your body's first instinct to keep you safe, which means it will often hold on to what it knows, even if it is no longer good for you. Being sure that our doubt is proof that we're doing something wrong is the worst thing we can do here. We say, if I were really about to have a breakthrough, I wouldn't feel this scared. That's like saying that rough weather means the plane isn't flying. In reality, turbulence means you're moving through different layers of air, which means you need to make some changes. Your feelings are just getting used to a spiritual level you've never reached before. You will have a smoother trip if you learn to ride these strong currents instead of fighting them. To let the quantum field know that you are in charge of your own energy, press the like button. Let it be a rock that reminds you that you are in charge of these short-term waves. Instead of calling your emotions good or bad, think of them as energy signatures. This will help you see things in a whole new way. Feelings of happiness, fear, excitement, and doubt are all just energy moving through you. They are all right. They're just facts that let you know where your attention is right now. You give your fear power when you treat it like an enemy. You can gently bring your attention back to the reality you want to create if you just watch it as a sign. From a spiritual point of view, these stronger emotions are a way to get started. Can you hold your desired frequency steady even when the weather changes? Asks the universe with love. Being able to stay focused right now is getting you ready to do well in your new timeline, which will also have its own experiences and problems. The ups and downs of your emotions are not tests that you can fail. They are the exercises that are making your vibrational core stronger. Conscious neutrality is a practice that can help you stay stable. When you're really excited, enjoy it, but don't let it be the only thing that keeps you on track. Accept that you have doubts, but don't use them as a reason to go back. Instead, take deep breaths into both states and know that they are only short-term changes on a longer, more forward-moving journey. Think of yourself as the calm center of a storm. You can watch the winds change around you without getting carried away by them. Being able to control your emotions at this level means that you are about to lock into your chosen reality. So if your heart has been up and down lately, know this. You are not shaky. You are moving quickly. You are being held in the beautiful frequency of your new life by the quantum field. It will go faster into the calm, clear waters of your new reality if you handle these waves with more grace. You will soon no longer be flickering between worlds. You'll be on the ground. If you've been going through these emotional waves, recognize your strength by saying that you are stable. In the comments, write, "I am the calm in the middle of the storm." Make this more than just words. Make it a vibrational anchor that reminds you that you are watching the storm, not the storm itself. You are ready, you are stable, and you are in the middle. A lot of us think of the last challenge before a quantum leap as a big test in space. The universe looks like it's waiting with a clipboard to decide if we're finally good enough. But the truth is so much nicer and stronger than that. It's not about being judged. It's about your consciousness doing one last checkup, bringing up the last traces of your old self so you can choose to let them go for good. You could find yourself in the same kinds of problems you thought you were past all of a sudden. You might be upset by a conversation the same way an old relationship used to make you upset. A worry about money could make you feel like you don't have enough, like you did years ago. When you're having doubts about yourself, they might sound just like the old stories you used to tell yourself. At this point, these are not punishments. They don't mean you're going backwards. They are like mirrors that reflect the frequency you used to carry. This lets you see it with fresh eyes and make up your mind for good that it is not where you want to live anymore. From a neuroscience point of view, your brain is made to work quickly. It will always try to use the most established neural pathways first, like the reactions and beliefs you've used over and over again. As if to ask, "Are you sure you don't need me anymore?" These old patterns fire up one last time just as a quantum jump is about to happen. Not fighting them is the only way to rewire them. You have to show them your new way of being. The old neural pathway gets weaker every time you choose to react from a place of peace instead of panic. The new neural pathway gets stronger, though. How quantum mechanics talk about this is as the old probability wave falls apart. Both the version of you that reacts to past conditioning and the version that reacts to present alignment exist in superposition until you make that new choice. As soon as you do something that fits with the timeline you want, the reality of your old self falls apart, and the only signal you send into the field is the new you. This is why these challenges at the last minute feel so tough. They are the last energetic choice point between the person you were and the person you are becoming. From a spiritual point of view, this stage isn't a test, but a holy threshold crossing. You have the key to your new life in your hand and are standing at the doorway. The door only wants you to answer from the new frequency you've been working so hard to change. When you deal with an old fear or trigger with compassion, you're not just hoping for a different world to come true, you are vibrating in it. The field doesn't have to agree with who you are, it just has to reflect that. The biggest trap here is getting it wrong. When these old problems come up again, a lot of people feel like, "I'm failing. I'm still drawing this to me." However, the fact that these things are showing up only means that you have changed so much that they are leaving your body for good. You can't get rid of something you haven't grown out of. The most obvious sign that you are about to win is that you are now aware of these patterns and are choosing a different response. Think of it like using a flight simulator to learn how to fly. They get used to dealing with turbulence in a safe space so that when it happens on a real flight, they know exactly how to keep the plane stable. Your simulator runs happen right now, right before you jump. They give you a chance to live out your new, empowered state in situations that would have thrown you off track before. You are no longer just imagining your new life when you respond from your higher frequency. You are living it in real time. Do not give up if you are feeling old tensions or patterns coming back to the surface. Think of it as the strongest sign that you are about to take a beautiful leap. Just like when you jumped, you should hold your alignment with soft determination right now. In the world of quantum mechanics, it already has. Say to yourself right now, either out loud or in your heart, "I am ready." This will help you stick to your decision. I already passed the test. Tell the universe that as a sign that you have already crossed the line. No one tells you this about quantum jumps. They don't usually come with a marching band. In movies, the big change is always very dramatic. Beautiful music, fireworks, and a clear before and after make it impossible to miss. In the real world, though, quantum leaps often happen without a sound. Every morning, you'll wake up and find that the stress you used to feel is gone. The problem you've been thinking about nonstop for months now doesn't seem to matter at all. There's a conversation that would have sent you into a tailspin last year that doesn't bother you this time. It's not like a trumpet blast goes off to mark the shift. It's just the air you breathe. And because it seems so natural, your mind might even try to play it down by asking, "Wait, was that it?" This is why it's so important to understand how quantum change works. When an electron jumps to an orbit with more energy, it happens right away in physics. There is no steady, slow climb. It changes from one state to another at any time. That's exactly how you change the past. Being there isn't about the fireworks. It's about the resonance. The old frequency is so far gone that you can't even remember why it used to feel like home. From the point of view of the brain, this is the integration phase. Your brain is no longer working hard to keep the old circuits working. Instead, it has now solidified the new ones. Thoughts like that are now automatic for you. You don't have to try to change them. This is why so many people miss the exact moment they jump. It feels like breathing. And that's the whole point. The part of you that lives in your new reality doesn't see it as a huge step forward. They think it's just life. Like this transmission to ground that frequency of normalcy in your reality if you are experiencing this sense of peace. The coherence of your new, peaceful state of being is heightened by this action. Feeling wise, this quiet arrival is the best confirmation you could ever get. It is the universe's way of telling you, you've matched the frequency so well that nothing else can happen. You're just living it right now. This stage gives you a deep, unwavering peace that makes you feel like you've stopped chasing life and are now truly living it. In a strange way, signs often start to show up everywhere when you stop desperately looking for them. Chances you didn't expect will come your way. The right people will show up at the right time, and synchronicities will pile up like tiny breadcrumbs from the universe, lovingly leading you forward. The only risk here is giving in to the urge to poke fun at your new reality, to go back to overthinking, over-visualizing, or second-guessing because you think manifestation has to be dramatic or hard. But the truth is that the trouble and drama happened in your old timeline. Your new plan is all about flow and grace. It has to do with trusting that the jump wasn't small just because it felt small. In fact, the most subtle changes are often the ones that last the longest because they affect the core of who you are, not just your circumstances. Now is the time to fully lean into this body. You don't have to ask, did it work? Instead, you can ask, how do I live fully as this version of me now? From now on, every choice you make will strengthen the new reality you've entered. Instead of desperately trying to make things different, everything you do becomes an expression of your alignment. And the quantum field responds with even more harmony, bringing more and more beauty into your life. Most of the time without you having to do anything. If you've been waiting for a sudden flash of light, I want you to notice the small changes instead. Take note of the quiet mornings when your heart feels a little lighter, the conversations that go smoothly, and the sudden clarity you feel when making decisions that used to stump you. These are the signs that you have arrived. You are now standing in your new world. Now, all you have to do is stay there. If you can feel yourself becoming more integrated, that's a good sign. Feel good about your beautiful new state of mind by writing "I am home in my new reality" in the comments. Those words will make you feel calm. It's no longer about striving, it's about inhabiting. Now that you're done, all that's left to do is live in this new, peaceful place. To be honest, if you've come this far with me today, it's not by chance. You are hearing these words because you have been in touch with a more advanced timeline. You've already been adjusting your heart to the frequency of the you that has everything you want. It's no longer about getting there, you're here now. The next step is to make this new, beautiful base stable, fit together, and grow from it. The quantum leap you just made is just the start. Coherence, not frantic desire, elicits the strongest reaction from the quantum field. And you have now shown yourself and the universe that you can stay in a high vibrational state of unity for long enough to create a whole new reality. The next step is to stay at this new frequency for good. That means you won't be able to read old stories when things are quiet. That means we can't check the universe to see if it's still working. It's about becoming so firmly rooted in your new identity that you can't be shaken. Don't forget that you're not here to make your life fit your needs. You are here to align with the reality that already has everything you've ever wanted, and then to be amazed as it all happens naturally and without much effort on your part. That's the deep beauty of living in balance with the quantum field. Please share this transmission with others if it helped you today. Sharing something is a very kind thing to do. It raises the frequency of this message and helps the shift happen as a whole, making our world more loving and logical. Trust the quiet power of the leap you've already made and stay in the present. I can't wait to see what you make from this lovely new spot. Finally, if you agree with this message, please subscribe to join this group. As a group, we have chosen to live in harmony with the quantum. That power is stronger because you're here. I'll talk to you again on the next call. As we come to the end of this journey together, let's make this change last forever. Say this truth to yourself and the world around you in the comments. My new frequency is my home. Do not see this last affirmation as the end of your journey. Instead, see it as the beautiful, unbreakable start of the life that has always been waiting for you.